Welcome back to the ICDC YouTube channel. If you attended the ICDC field tour in 2022, you might be aware that we had two Camelina studies up on the station. And at the time you guys were on the station, if you attended the field tour, they were badly lodged because Camelina, it was bred for drought areas, but under irrigation, it overgrew and it lodged badly. But for this study, the one I would be talking about today, it was a Camelina seeding depth study. As you can see up here on the screen, Camelina seed, it's very small, it's tiny, and seeding is always an issue. Like if you have to think about, like, it's even like smaller. The seed is even smaller than canola, and even seeding canola can be an issue at some time with the emergence and everything. So imagine seeding something even smaller than canola and not getting the plant stand. So that was our aim, to help you guys if you plan to grow Camelina, what is the appropriate or what's the ideal seeding depth with which you can have a good plant stand and then ultimately a good yield. So in this study, we were looking at 3 seeding depths. The shallow, the medium, and the deep. So those were the 3 treatment. For the shallow, we barely covered the seed. The seed rate was just scratching the surface, and we could still see the seed up on the ground. Then the second depth was the medium. That was the canola depth, about 1 centimeter deep in the soil, and then we went a little deep, not very deep. So the deepest treatment was 2 centimeter. Camelina, the recommended plants or the recommended seed rate. The recommended seed rate for Camelina is 100 seeds per square meter, as like the seed or the emergence is terrible. So that's why it's kept at higher end, so that if you seed at 500, you get an appropriate emergence or plant stand. For this study, we also were looking at seed rates. If you like, whether seeding shallow or deep, if you alter the seed rate, would that impact your plant stand? So we had 4 seeding rates. So the ideal seeding rate for Camelina is 6 kg per hectare to achieve that 500 plants per square meter. So we had 4 seeding rate. We were just altering. So we had the normal seeding rate, half of that and quarter of that. As you can see here, 0.25x, half x, and 1x. And then we also went over that 1x rate. It was like 1.5 times that 1x rate. So those were our four treatments. So today I will be talking about the results, what we saw at the end of this study. So what we saw was first start with the seeding depth. So the shallow seeded and the canola depth, we had a higher plant emergence as compared to the deep depth. And you can see even after seeding 6 kg per hectare, we were not like high, we didn't have a high plant population, but we were like average. So our plant population for the shallow and medium, they were like 120, 130 plants per square meter, and the deep, they were lower than 100 plants per square meter. Between shallow and medium, there wasn't a much statistical difference between the plant stand, but deep, it was really low as compared to the other 2. So the second thing would be the effect of seeding depth on yield. We didn't saw any effect of seeding depth on the yield, so the results were not significant. So that's why I won't be talking about them today. The second thing, as I mentioned, we had seed rates. As you can see here, like 1/4 of the actual seed rate, that's 2 kg per hectare. That would be 1.5 kg per hectare. Our plant stand was really low because, like as I mentioned, at the shallow seeding depth, few of the plants, they were up on the ground, and there was some late emergence too when we did the emergence count. We did the emergence count like early in the season, but with the moisture and everything, like few of the seeds which were still up on the surface, they germinated late in the season. So these numbers might have gone higher later in the season, but for now, for the day we did the emergence count, the plant density at the 1/4 or 1.5 kg per hectare seed rates, they were really low. 1x, it was above 150, and then 1.5x, that would be 7.5, that would be 9 kg per hectare. Our numbers were like in that 180 range, and even that's not like really high for Camelina. I won't consider that really high. So those were the results for the seeding rates effect on plant density. And then I would talk about the yield, what we saw actually when we harvested the plot. The highest yield was for that 1x, half x, and 1.5x. So those three treatments, there wasn't a significant difference between the yield. So all like if you see that 3 kg per hectare, 6 kg per hectare, and 9 kg per hectare, so there wasn't a big yield difference or big plant density difference, or I would say. And that 1/4 X rate, that was 1.5 kg per hectare, the yield really dropped at that point. So again, like this study, it was again funded through ADOPT, and multiple agri-arm sites participated on this. So as SCRF Redwoods, they were leading this study, and ICDC was one of the site. So SURF, they did submitted a joint report for all the site, and it should be up on the ministry website. And also, like the joint report, it would be published in the ICDC R&D report as well. And thank you for today. And if you have any questions regarding Camelina or any of the other study we did with Camelina, please give us a call or send us an email. We would be happy to assist you with your questions. Thank you.